Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again, live and direct. I'm out of town, man. I'm visiting with the in-laws, so we in a different location. You can kind of tell I'm not in my elements, but your boy got to bring a laptop and you got the mic, so we can talk about a few things, man. So listen, man, real talk. Let's get into it. What the f, bro? DK Donkey Kong Metcalf. Man, I'm gonna call this guy Donkey Kong, man. This guy was nuts today, bro. Listen, when you 6'4", 230 pounds, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly with a 1.6% body fat, like, yo, all this man eats is vegetables. And I forgot what else this dude said. What else this guy eats, man? Protein shakes, vegetables, and that's it. Yo, and you're a workout warrior like that? Golly. You've got to be kidding me, man. That is impressive. That is what you call like dedication, hard work. When you see these dudes, man, go 2, 3, 4 years of college ball and perform extremely well at the combine, and they get emotional, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys hold out or don't sign their contract right away. They want to make sure things are right and they're taken care of because they put so much work in collegiately, you know what I'm saying, into their body, into their craft. So whenever y'all make it, yo, man, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And they have every right, you know what I mean, to hold out and do whatever they do just to make sure they get paid, because the hard work and dedication these guys put in, golly. But anyway, let's forget about that. You run a 4.3 with a 40-inch vertical, bro, you just messed up the top 10. You know what I mean? Maybe you were going to be pick top 10, maybe in the, you know what I mean, between 10 and 20. But his performance today just jumbled up, you know what I'm saying, the first 15 picks, because now some teams that weren't really considering him are now going to be like, yo, this guy might be the next Calvin Johnson, might be the next Terrell Owens, might be the next. But I keep telling people, and this is my opinion. I'm not hating on DK Metcalf, but the combine for me, and that's just my opinion, the combine for me are two things. It's the confirmer. You feel me? It confirms things for you on TV. When you watched film and you go to the combine and you see what this person is doing in the combine, you're like, you put those two together, you're like, this is exactly right. He stays put where I had him being drafted. Then you have the unknown, the guy that nobody was talking about that comes in and kills it. Then you'll be like, oh, who the hell is that? Let me go watch the film to see if that translates. So the confirmer, and then you got let me go check the film. You feel me? All this other stuff, you know what I'm saying, means nothing. There's a whole bunch of workout warriors that come out of the draft, and then when football is being played and they're on the field, it does not translate. I'm not saying that's going to happen to DK, but it definitely makes you wonder, hey, it's just going to make you go back to the film and watch the film. Don't go to highlights. Don't bother going to the highlights, because keyword highlights. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that he does very well. Just watch the film, man. And just go and look and how he run blocks, how he runs routes, how he runs in the middle of the field. Are they just giving him deep routes? Those are the big deals, man. So, like, is he versatile enough? That doesn't just go for receivers. That goes for a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, shout out to everybody watching. 26 people, unannounced live show. So I don't expect a whole lot of y'all to tune in, and it's late. The hours are all kind of off. I think I'm an hour ahead of you guys. Anyways, doesn't really matter. So how did y'all feel about DK? Does that change your mind? Because one of the questions that's floating around right now is he worth a top 10 pick? More so towards what we have in terms of the draft pick. Is he worth picking at number 9? Knowing the holes that we have on this defense, the holes that we have on this offense, the holes we have generally on this team. Do you forego building the D-line, building the O-line, and really just focusing on DK Metcalf? Could DK Metcalf be the difference for your team? Let's just be more specific. For our team, is he good enough to pick top 10? Does he make a difference on your team? And a lot of people are going to say, yo, you just don't do that. We picked Sammy Watkins You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it, but I got to bring it up. We pick up Sammy Watkins with the third pick, fourth pick. Can't remember exactly. Promising, started off real good. And then the injuries set in. And then just was never the same. He's on his third team right now. And even on his third team, he's not even the number 1 target. I don't even think he's the number 2 target. I think Kelsey's number 2 and Tyreek Hill is number 1. Sammy Watkins is option number 3. So you look at Sammy Watkins, you're like, not sure that was the best move. So it kind of makes you wonder, do you take that individual, that type of receiver, and put them on as a number 9 pick? I personally don't think you should. As dynamic as he looks, I mean, listen, the comparisons are out there. The last person his size that ran a 4.3 40 was Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson ran a 4.35 with a 43-inch vertical. DK Metcalf sitting at a 4.33, was it 4.33, 4.31, 40, and with a 40-inch vert, 40.5-inch vert. That's crazy. The last person that big to do something like that too was Randy Moss. He never ran a combine, but at his pro day, apparently he ran a 4.2. 4.2 at his pro day. So that's a big boy being able to run that fast, man. That's insane. So how do y'all feel? I'm just going to take a couple of your questions, a couple of your concerns, and then we go again. Welcome everybody in the room. There's 35 people in this bitch. What's going on? What's happening? What's good, people? What's good? Let me see what we got. Dilly Chavez says, isn't calling him Donkey a bit racist? I didn't call him Donkey, call him Donkey Kong. If you guys know who Donkey Kong, who is this guy? You young? You don't know? Donkey Kong? Remember how strong Donkey Kong? I don't even have to explain myself. Golly, some people in this world are ridiculous. Calling, well, I'm not even gonna go back to that. Anyway, let me see what we got. Sharif Cole says DK Metcalf is either another Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson type of player, or a career injury prone player. I don't know DK Metcalf to have a whole bunch of injuries in his past, but you don't want to throw that out in the universe. You hope that he's going to be a solid player because you don't get to see, which is fun, right? You don't get to see players that big, that dominant, especially at a combine at receiver position. You kind of want to see them flourish into something rather than them being a bust. Like, don't you, even if they're not on your team, you want to be able to say, yo, I got to watch a guy like this guy ball out. You feel me? Like, we're watching a guy like LeBron James, 6'8", can cover a center and can cover a point guard and cover from 1 to 5. You don't have players like that, man, that can run the floor back and forth no problem and can just do everything. You can't miss a beat with LeBron James. You feel me? There's not many players that are like that. So even though he's not on your team, he's on my team now, but even though he's not on your team, you kind of you revel at something like that. It's dope to see. You feel me? So DK Metcalf, you hope that he doesn't turn out to be a bust and he actually turns out to be something nice and you get to watch him for years to come. I just hope if we don't draft his ass, he does not stay in the AFC East. That's all I'm going to say. Because I know the Jets were like, hey, we see you. You know what I'm saying? We see you. So I hope he doesn't go to the Jets, but it is what it is. So, yeah, Sharif Cole, man. I hope he's not an injury-prone player, but he could be a Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones type. So you're definitely onto something right there. Joe Nelson says Metcalf had average agility, great strength, explosive, and speed numbers. He's got all those things. One thing that my man Bobby B said is, hey, it seems as though he's legit at going straight line, but pay attention to his 3-cone drill. That tells you a lot. That 3-cone drill, like my man Joe Nelson mentioned, that 3-cone drill, I'm not saying that you mentioned 3-cone drill, but you're talking about agility. 3-cone drill lets you know how fluid someone's hips are, how quick he can get in and out of breaks. So that is a whole nother aspect. By the way, there's 44 people in this bitch. If you guys are watching this right this second, just go ahead and click that little thumbs up, that little like button, and keep it moving. All right. So I should see 42 likes on this bitch. So let's keep moving. So pay attention to those things right now. Andy Isabella is under the radar. I agree, Sharif Cole. Andy Isabella is under the radar, man. When I watch this film, I'm like, okay, it's you try to see what he does on film and then what he does in shorts and t-shirt, and then you start thinking of what our offense was like. So that's what I'm muddied by the offense that we ran and what these guys' abilities are. Can Dable alter his offense so these guys can flourish? You know what I'm saying? He did a little bit with Foster, but I don't know if Foster was the one that kind of, you know what I mean, had to step his game up to really adapt to my guy's playbook. It should be Dable adapting to the players that he has, but I mean, who knows? That's a whole different ball game. I'm trying to be more optimistic with Dable because I know they're not firing his ass, which I wouldn't care if they did. I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't, excuse me, I wouldn't lose sleep, but I'd be with it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But we'll see. We'll see what goes down, man. DK needs a lot of work on his route tree patterns, but extreme potential to be a star. Here's the deal. I heard somebody make a comment on DK. If somebody drafts DK and they don't develop DK the way he's supposed to be developed, shame on the coach, because you have all the potential in a 6'4" frame, 230-pound guy that runs 4.3. You know what I'm saying? He's a workout warrior. He's in the gym. You can see it. Shame on the coach that can't develop this guy. Shame on him. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine if the Bills drafted DK Metcalf last year? You know what I'm saying? Terry Robisky would have ruined his ass. You feel me? Robisky would have ruined his ass because he's let go. He didn't really get our guys into. I mean, we had Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin was supposed to be, you know what I mean? At least a guy that's serviceable. He wasn't even serviceable to us. Who do you blame for that? Obviously, Kelvin Benjamin is a lot to blame. Dable is a lot of it to blame. But who the hell is coaching this dude? Terry Robisky. The one that booted his ass out of town, man. He got booted from Tennessee, and then he gets booted 1 year in with Buffalo, and he's out of there. So if you're going to draft these type of receivers, you better have someone in place that's going to be doing it. And we have our guy, Hall? Chad Hall is going to be our guy. So Chad Hall better come with it, man. He better come with it, because whatever receiver comes our way, we better be able to develop these guys so they can produce on the field with Josh Allen. That's real talk. I'm not talking shit. Sharif Cole says Noah Fant definitely showed out. Listen, Noah Fant was my highlight of two guys that were my highlight of the day that I liked a lot. That I was like, oh, I'm paying attention. Noah Fant, however you want to call that dude, man. That guy looks like he'd be dynamic. I could picture him on Buffalo. I could picture Noah Fant on Buffalo. Real talk. 6', dude, is a big boy. He can run. He ran 4.5, 40. Golly, man. Yo, and he can catch and he can run routes. To me, this year, we already have the speed. Excuse me. We already have the speed in our guy Foster. So we just need guys that can run routes. You know what I'm saying? To me, your best friend for a receiver is a guy that can run routes, because now it's simple. It's pitch and catch. If that guy is getting separation every single time from his receivers, it's pitch and catch. Pitch and catch. You feel me? So if we got a guy that can run routes, money in the bank. So Fant can come to Buffalo. We can steal him in the second round. Bro, I'm telling you, man, go O-line in the first, maybe Noah Fant in the second. And then I have another receiver that I'm hoping that can fall to us. That'd be legit, man. I'm telling you right now. My first 3 picks. I already. Excuse me, I'm burping all over the place. My first 3 picks would be. I already have them. I'm gonna tell y'all. I kind of gave it away a little bit. Well, you'll see. Jance716 says also needs to work on going against quality corners with off-ball coverage. We're gonna find out, man. These workout warriors, they do well in the combine. It's when, you know what I mean, they put a little coverage on them. When they get into camp, we'll find out what's really good. But going back on film, you got to look at the film. You look at the film, it kind of gives you an idea of what it is. One thing that people were not able to do was put a hand on this guy. You try to jam him at the line, not happening. And it's evident. Look at the size of this dude, man. You think you're going to jam that 235-pound freak? Hell no. He's slopping you out the way and let me run my route. So it's going to be interesting, man. Corners are going to have to get their shit together, get in that gym. 54 people in this bitch. What's good? Everybody that's tuning in right now, if you're new to this page, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is Buffalo Fanatics. I'm just jumping in and reading some questions and talking what happened today. Combine. Today was quarterbacks, receivers, tight ends, and Haskins. Yo, I'm okay with Haskins, man. Haskins is the real deal. And Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. is my guy. I'm going to tell you right now, Stephen A. is my guy. But when Stephen A. said that Haskins is more of a runner than you can't be more wrong. Dude ran a 5.40 flat. Yo, he ain't going nowhere. He is not going nowhere. He is not fleet of foot. I'll tell you that one right now. So Stephen A, man, take that L. Love you to death, but you need to take that L because that boy is a passer. He's a pure passer. And if there's Giants, which they say he's supposed to go to the Giants, if the Giants pass on that dude, man, shame on them. You gotta draft that guy ASAP. That boy's a passer. Period, man. Let me see what we got. Jan says no to DK. DK is a no for him. I think that's what you're saying. Nickel Film says, would you take DK or Jawan? Would I take DK or Jawan? Listen, I might as well just tell you. If the availability is there, I'm taking either Jonah Williams, Jonas or Jonah, whatever you want to call it, Jonah Will from Alabama, or I'm taking Jawan. You know what I'm saying? Jawana, man. Jawan. I'm taking Jawan. That right tackle is a beast. And we need linemen. We need someone that's going to protect the quarterback. We don't protect the quarterback, we're in trouble. Think about it. They may give Dion Dawkins his another opportunity at left tackle. You keep Dion at left tackle. If that's the case, I'm in favor of moving him maybe to inside at guard and drafting a left. So that's where Jonah Williams comes in. Let's just say we don't take Jonah Williams and we take Jawan. I'm okay with taking Jawan because there's some. Look at man, N'Keal Harry's still out there, man. Is that it? N'Keal Harry's still out there too, and he's nice. And AJ Brown is out there too. Hollywood is out there still. You know what I'm saying? I still have one receiver. I haven't mentioned anything to you guys. That's the project. I don't want to call it a project, but he's one receiver I'm going to look into. I'm going to tell you guys afterwards. 58 people watching this thing. Good looking now. If you guys are new to this page, click the like, subscribe. Let's keep it moving. Joe Nelson says he needs a lot of work. He's super raw. His hands work is weak, and he doesn't often have a plan to sell routes. Longer, faster corners will guard him in the NFL, but he flashes greatness. He does, man. Potential, and he's only going to improve. He's only going to improve. So that's what we take, man. I really think that we may trade down a little bit and grab another pick. I think so too. Here's the deal: we have 10 picks right now. And if you guys remember correctly from last year, we had quite a bit of picks and we did a lot of trading down, you know what I'm saying, moving things around so we can move back up. You know what I'm saying? We traded away some players so we can acquire some picks and then made some moves to get into the top 10 pick to pick up Josh Allen. We have 10 picks right now. We are not picking and drafting 10 players. Let me tell you that right now. We are not. Although we have the funds to pay off all 10, we're just not doing it. So you need to be aware that we are going to be trading back. Now, if we draft in the first round, if it's one of those things that it's a can't hit, they can't miss, cool. We're going to draft in the first round. We might take a lineman. I'll tell you that right now. Lineman is probably what it's going to be, or defensive tackle. And you guys already know who I'm talking about, Ed Oliver. It might be that. Violence and speed with Ed Oliver. He's not your huge mountain of a man. You know what I'm saying? But people are saying that they remind him of that monster in LA. You feel me? So that might be something to keep an eye on, right? So let's just stick to the offense right now because offense is what we're going to be focusing on this year. Everybody knows that. So if in the first round, you got to make a decision, and if it's on offense, you got to go lineman first. You got to protect your asset in Josh Allen. You protect your asset, you give him an opportunity. He now can do his job. But he's not, if he's sitting there running for his life, he can't do his job effectively. You know what I'm saying? He's improvising, but you can't have your quarterback improvising all day, every day behind center. You just can't. You got to protect his ass. Let him have the time to deliver. That's what it comes down to, man. Tom Hampton. You guys agree with what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? I hope I am, man. Stephen A. Smith is a funny looking dude. Yeah, they keep pushing, whoever his barber is, they keep pushing his hairline back, man. Jan says AJ Brown loved his day at the combine. AJ Brown looks like a freak too. What is with these guys, man? These guys, I don't know what it is about you Americans, but whatever water that's down there or whatever you guys are feeding them dudes, man, golly, man, that's craziness. That is crazy, man. Or you just, this physical God-given gifts and genes that these guys have, man. Real talk. Kelvin Harmon is the third that would be a steal if he falls to us. I wasn't too impressed with Harmon's his day. I mean, he didn't have an awful day, but he didn't have a great day. Yeah, it didn't stand out to me. Not too much for me. We need a fourth QB in our depth chart. Nah, we good. We don't need all that. DK is but I'd rather grow with an OT. Yes, I would definitely go with the OT for sure. If I'm going with a draft and I have to draft between DK and the good available offensive protectors, if you want to call it, I'm going with someone that's going to protect the damn offensive line. That's going to protect our quarterback. That's a no question about it. Major says, I'll pass on DK and go after receiver Robby Anderson. Oh, okay, you want to go for Robby Anderson from the Jets? I believe the Jets only put a second round tender. He's worth it to me. What do you think? I like Robby Anderson. Robby Anderson's got big time ability. Boy has hands, and he can attack downfield. And I was never afraid of Robby Anderson, but at the same time, you can't ignore him on the field. I don't want to say you got to really know where he's at. Oh, there he is. Let me cover him. He's not that type of player, but you also can't just sleep on him. You can't. That boy can play. But would I take a Robby Anderson before a guy like DK? Nah, I don't think I could do that. You can't do that. DK gives you a lot of potential. So you got to take that potential. You got. Is it a gamble on the potential? Not really, but you got to take that. Just because of all the connection with Brian Daboll. Here's the thing, man. Brian Daboll was a big reason as to why Foster was even signed in the first place, because Brian Daboll obviously had inside information to him. So you best believe that Brian Daboll is going to have a lot to say on anybody that we draft or that we have visits with from Alabama. Jonah Williams being one of them. So keep an eye, man. Daboll, I mean, maybe that's why they kept his punk ass around. Maybe they say, hey, we're going to keep you around for one F with. So we need you as intel. You feel me? Because if you don't produce this year, guess what? We have a guy in the wings waiting to replace your punk ass. So you better get your shit together. Get your shit together. Let's go. Yo, Rico, what's up? Love the show. I appreciate that, Kasim. I appreciate that, homie. Keith Murray says DK is the real deal. I know it may not seem like much of you. If you look at Julio's scouting report, DK's, they are exactly the same. DK has better physical traits, but Julio produces on the field. So that is the main difference. We got to find out how these guys are going to produce on the field. You can talk all you want and do all the things at the combine that you want. We got to find out what's really good. Do you remember that dude from, I think, Washington State or Washington University? That's that safety, OB something, right? I think he got drafted from the Raiders in the second round. Bust. So they cut his ass the first year they drafted him. But dude, he was jumping out of the building, huge 40, you know what I'm saying? Was balling. He was doing it, man. Even I was like, who is that dude? Right? Those are those moments that you say, ooh, who is that dude? And start looking at the film. And if the film matches what you did in the combine, put those two bitches together, then you got something. But if there's some inconsistencies between that, you got to do a little more homework on them. That's where the interviews come in. That's where all those things come in. But I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into play. I believe says, I was worried about Hakeem Butler's speed, but he proved that he has great speed for his size. I wouldn't mind taking him in the second round. I heard someone say to take Hakeem Butler in the first round. I was like, are you insane? Hakeem Butler. They were talking about Hakeem Butler and how great speed and all that good stuff, but his problem are his hands. They're the inconsistent hands, and we can't afford that. We already have an inconsistent passer, a young quarterback, an inaccurate quarterback at times. So if we're gonna have a guy that's inaccurately throwing his balls, we need to have sure hand guys. But if you can't have a quarterback that doesn't really throw the most accurate balls, and then you have a guy that has questionable hands, that is not a marriage you want to put together. You can't. You know what I mean? 50. I mean, let's call it a buck, right? 50% that pass is getting to the receiver, because that's what Josh Allen was throwing, what, 52%? And then you have a guy that's 50-50 dropping balls. I'm not a mathematician, but the math don't make no damn sense. Can't do it. You need a guy that will catch the ball every single time and will catch it with resistance, will catch it with someone covering him, holding onto his jersey, all of that stuff. So you got to have that. But if you don't, that's a problem. That's a real big problem. Yo, there's 67 people watching, tuning in. welcome. If you guys are just joining right now, y'all know what to do. Click that link, click the like button, and subscribe. We're trying to bring this to 10,000 people by the first of the season, the first game of the season. So let's go. We're about 6,000 people, just shy of 6,000. So let's kind of boost this thing up. Jason Antucci, I think I got your name right. Hold on a second. Jason Antucci, I think that's, there we go. He won't be gone at 9. I don't think he'll be gone at 9 either, but I mean, you just never know, man. Some teams fall in love with guys and they end up taking them. You're like, what? I did not expect that. OB Mila, yes, Keith Murray. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Safety from UConn. Yeah, it was UConn. What did I say? Did I say Washington? My bad. UConn. OB. That's exactly what it is, man. Obi Melifonwu. Melifonwu, whatever. Yeah, that guy was a baller and then busted. He went from baller at the combine to a bust out of Raiders. So I'm just saying, man. Tuna Brick says, hey, Rico, this is the first time I'm catching you live. Great show. What's good, my guy? Yo, any Canadians in this bitch? Any Canadians? Like, yo, I'm repping for my Canadians today, man. So if you guys are around, give your boy a shout, man. Say what's good. Let's see. Oh, he plays for the Pats. But did they cut him? I know the Pats signed him, but I don't know if they cut him right after because I don't know if he's employed right now. I, for the moment, says, if N'Keal Harry falls to our pick in the second, we take him. Ooh. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm also not mad at? If we double up, we go first round. We take an offensive line in the first round, and we double up and take another offensive line in the second round. I'm not mad at that. I'm not. That tells me that management is serious about taking care of our quarterback. We are serious. We want to protect him. We want success for our guy. So if they go double up in the first 2 rounds of O-line, I'm not mad. However, if you go 1-1, meaning offensive tackle or offensive guard, and then receiver, I'm good. And N'Keal Harry is available in the second round, and he's still there. You got to go to the point where it's not about need, a position of need, but it's like, okay, does it fit what we need right now? Does he fit what we need? And Brandon Beane was speaking on the receiver position, and he didn't really specify on the type of receiver we want. He was actually all over the place. He purposely did it. We're not looking for just a guy that's big and tall and can run and get the ball. We're looking guys that can run routes. We're looking for small guys, big guys, long guys. He went and named every type of receiver just so we can throw people off to know we don't have a specific type of receiver. I'm not looking for a #1 receiver. I'm looking for a receiver that could do it all. Cool. That's where my guy comes in. And you guys might hate on this, but Paris Campbell? Dude, man. I was watching Paris Campbell run that 40. I was like, okay. And then he hit the gauntlet. Dude was smooth. No wavering back and forth. It was path, 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 path. Now, here's why, to me, that's important. Paris Campbell. If we can incorporate the type of offense where we can do a lot of this inside and out, you know what I'm saying? Intermediate passes, crosses, slants, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of open up the field for guys like Foster to go deep. This is where a guy like Paris Campbell comes in. Reminds me very much of Percy Harvin. I don't know, but those two, those measurables and the way boy runs reminds me of Percy Harvin. So you bring in a Paris Campbell, you mean to the Bills, you've got your long speed guy, you feel me? You'll have your quick and in and out with McKenzie, if McKenzie's still around. You feel me? You have your #2 receiver in Zay Jones. That's your kind of all around type of guy, slot guy. And then you bring up Paris Campbell that can do it all. He can go deep. He can catch the balls in the middle. He can catch your slants. He can catch your hitches. That's what he did with Haskins. So a Paris Campbell, bro, I wouldn't say it's a dark horse because he's not known, but that's one guy that I wouldn't be mad that if we waited, you know what I'm saying, maybe he's 3rd round, if he's still available, scoop that boy up. So you go O-line. Noah Fant, you got Noah Fant in the second, and then you hit with a Paris Campbell. That could be something, man. That could be something. Jason Antucci says, "What's good, Rico?" Okay, I got you. I got my Fanatics Air Allen hoodie. My guy, yo, rep that shit, boy. Rep it. Send a picture to the Buffalo Fanatics IG page, man. We'll shout you out, bro. We'll shout you out. I, for the moment, says N'Keal Harry falls to our pick. Yeah, we definitely take him. Sharif Cole says, I saw the tight ends today drop more balls than the receivers today. They did, but Noah Fant was impressive. I'm not sure why everybody's all over what's his face. Noah Fant's his TJ. Is that his name? TJ? The white dude that's next to him. The 1-2 punch. Hawkinson. I think his name is Hawkinson. To me, Hawkinson, I mean, he looks good. He looks good, but he doesn't give me anything different than what we had in who was our guy that we had that we cut and went to the Dolphins? I don't know why. Nick O'Leary. He looks exactly like Nick O'Leary. So why are we all and going gaga for a guy that we had a couple years back in Nick O'Leary? Nick O'Leary is this TJ Hawkinson dude. Am I wrong? Am I tripping? If I'm tripping, let me know, because I'm not. I will never proclaim to be a draft guru. You know what I'm saying? I just, see with my eyes, and I'm like, hey, I see Nick O'Leary. I really do, man. Let me see what we got here. You like Hakeem Butler? Okay, I'm not mad at that either. The wideout from Clemson is good. I'm not sure who that is. Let me see what we got. Read some of your comments. Joel B. Pimpin says Anthony Green, our PM, is letting everyone in. Ever heard of? Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about. Bryce Love, second round, will be Offensive Rookie of the Year. So you would take Bryce Love in the second round? That's interesting. I don't know if I would take Bryce Love in the second round. That's pretty high for RB, especially with what we have on our team right now. Because I'm not giving up on LaShawn McCoy just yet. I'm not giving up on him. Let me see what we got. Andy Isabella ran a 4.31. What? I don't remember that. A 4.31. This guy ran a 4.36, didn't he? I don't remember him running a 4.31, but I got to go back unless it was unofficial. I got to go back to that. TJ has better film. I'll give you that, gents. He does have a little bit better film, but they just seem like the same to me. Jason says either defensive tackle or go offensive lineman in the first if we don't do good in free agency. Sharif Cole says TJ Hawkinson didn't impress me with all the hype. That was thank you. That's the way I feel. I feel he did not impress. I don't know why everybody's all over his D. I just feel like Noah Fant outdid him. Irv Smith kind of did pretty decent. All right. He did decent as well. Irv Smith in the second round. I don't know, man. I like Noah Fant. I like Noah Fant a lot, and I really picture him on the squad, man. Real talk. Nah, he legit ran a 4.31. They messed up the timer. Best slot in the draft. Shit, really? Damn. Okay, I gotta go. But look back at Isabella then. Rico Dike is going to be the next Calvin Johnson. Is Hakeem Butler going to be a sleeper in the draft? He is definitely not a sleeper. Hakeem Butler is not a sleeper. People know about his ass. Andy Isabella beat Denzel Ward on track when they were in high school. Yo, Isabella can run like that? Shit, I got to go back and watch some Isabella film then. I got to go back and watch Isabella film. Okay, Brittany, what's good? You from London, Ontario? Finally, we got some Canadians in this bitch, man. London, Ontario. Right now, Brittany, I'm in the Valley. I'm in Nova Scotia right now. So I'm in the Valley of Nova Scotia. Let me see what we got. So listen, if you guys don't know, if you guys are always looking to see like, yo, where can I get the best draft coverage and draft information and people who to peep, I'm telling you right now, I endorse when I feel strongly about something. If I'm not really strong, I just kind of, I hold it to myself and go from there. But my guy Bobby B holding it down right now on Instagram. You guys want to know anything about draft or who to look for, you got to go to the Instagram page. If you guys haven't gone to our Instagram page, go to it. There's something on there every single day. If it's not a post, it's in the story, and it's always something new. So I asked my guru, the guru, my guy, Bobby B, to give me 5 guys that he feels that people are not paying attention to, that need to pay attention to. And if you're not, you better get on it. And let me give you the 5 players that he mentioned that you may not even know about that you guys might want to look into. So if you need to write this shit down, or if you already know about it, good for you, because I'm still learning about draft guys and all these prospects, right? So number 1, linebacker Terrell Hanks. If you guys don't know about Terrell Hanks, my guy Bobby says, look up Terrell Hanks, look at the film, and look him up and tell me what y'all think about Terrell Hanks. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, running back James Williams from Washington State. I don't even know who James Williams is. I got to look that up. So James Williams from Washington State. If you guys don't know about that dude, go look him up and look at the film, man. So James Williams seems to be on Bobby's hot list right now. Number 3, Miles Boykins from Notre Dame. See, I saw Miles Boykins today, and I was intrigued a little bit. I wasn't like overly impressed, but I was also intrigued because they kept on mentioning his name from Notre Dame. So I'm gonna look him up myself. I'm gonna watch some film on Boykins and go from there. See, this is why I like draft time around this time, combine time, because now it allows me to start looking at certain players that people are talking about. And then I can kind of form my own opinion on that and then start looking at it. Because sometimes when you start looking at one guy, you start noticing this other dude and you're like, who the oh shit, okay, who's that guy? And it just gets you kind of opening up and you find new players to look at, right? So third guy is Miles Boykin from Notre Dame. Next, receiver Jazz Ferguson from NSU. Jazz Ferguson, I heard his name. He ran a nice little 40. I think it was in the 440s, 440, 40 today. So Miles Boykins, check him out. And last but not least, center Lamont Gaillard from Georgia. Apparently, my guy Bobby been talking about Gaillard from 2 months ago. If you guys are sleeping on that, jump on this center called Lamont Gaillard. His name is going to start to creep up. And so people are going to start talking about him. So those are the 5 that you guys need to look at. If you're not into looking at draft or you're looking for new guys to look into, those 5 guys. How do I get one of your Air Allen hoodies? Yo, if you guys don't know where to get those Air Allen hoodies, there's a link right in the page that you're on right now. All you got to do is scroll down. There's a link. It's our fan shop. Click on the fan shop, Teespring. We have all our hoodies and all that good stuff is right there. Jump in and grab them right now. There's a lot of colors. There's blue, there's red, there's white, and I think there's a black one with the gold. I think that was pretty legit right there too. So that's where you got to get it. Anthony Green says, "How do you get?" Okay, you already got you. Yo, Rico, you see any CFL games up there in Canada, or is that shit too boring? What? CFL boring? Are you nuts? It is not boring. Look at your boy Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel thought he could come to the CFL and ball out. Yo, 1 year in and they kicked his ass out. You ain't got the juice, son. You ain't got the juice. Not everybody can make it in the CFL, man. Everybody thinks the CFL is some kind of farm league and you can go and just ball out and then you can try to make your way out. No, it's a different game, man. And it's fast. So if you can't keep up, you get shipped out. It's that simple. So Johnny Manziel, I mean, it wasn't like Johnny Manziel was anything special anyway, but he thought he can come in and light it up. They lit his ass up and said, yo, you ain't good enough to play in the CFL, boy. Get to walking. So Andy, to answer your question, nah, man, that shit is not boring. That shit is legit. I'm telling you right now. Miles Boykin did better than Metcalf in every area except for the bench and 40. So that's the thing. That's why I'm not hating on Boykins, but I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna look up some film and see what's really good with this Boykin cat, because they started mentioning him very often. Jason Antonucci says the bomb. Listen to Rico about these hoodies. I did. my guy. Yeah, Johnny is trash. So I can't really say that Johnny was some special, but I think he felt that he can come in and at least establish himself to get back into the league. So guess what? You went from the NFL, you bummed that away. You went to the CFL, you weren't good enough. So now you're going to the AFF. And even then, you might not even make it. But if Hackenberg can be there throwing some bullshit, then you got a shot. You definitely got a shot. Yeah, Johnny beat, man. Yeah. So Johnny's trash. So anyways, I didn't want to see it too long. I just wanted to touch on this DK Metcalf, man. So a guy of that stature, the guy of that, you know what I mean, physical freak magnitude, he's going to get drafted high. You know somebody's going to grab him. You know what I mean? They even had jokes that the Raiders might even jump on him just because of the speed and all that stuff. Al Davis ain't around no more, so you ain't going to get some craziness like that. But that being said, I'm gonna keep paying attention to and seeing what's happening. I'm also going to be making another video. I made a first video. If you guys don't know, I made a first video on POP, process or problem. I did the quarterback. The running back room is next. I just haven't had a chance to, but this week I will because I'm a little vacation. I'm not back home, so I'll probably have time if I'm not hanging out with the kids and all that good stuff. Everybody's asleep, so I can do that shit. And yeah, man, we'll be going from there. Let's see. I couldn't find the hoodie with the Bills guy with the bandana. Oh, you talking about that one? No, that's a special. That's a special one, man. You can't find that anywhere, boy. You can't find that one. That's a special one. DK will be a freak in the NFL. I hope he is, man. I would actually like to see that. So yeah, man, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy thanks for tuning in. We're gonna try to get some more videos up shortly. I'm gonna try to get back, you know what I mean, in the studio, if you want to call it that, in the booth, in the whatever you want to call it. We'll go from there. And yeah, man. So if you guys appreciate this channel, go ahead and click that like button. If you guys have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Click that notification so you'll know every time your boy jumps on to bless the mic. To bless the mic. So that's what we'll do, man. We'll go from there. So keep those guys in mind that I told you guys. Let me just give you the recap of the 5 guys you guys want to pay attention to. Terrell Hanks, James Williams, Miles Boykin, Jazz Ferguson, and Lamont Gaylord. Check those cats out. Jump on that YouTube. Go to the draft nits that are on Twitter and all that stuff. Start looking up and start, you know what I mean, searching these names and start diving deep into these players, man. Because I think it'll be legit, and it's a lot better for us to know these things. Sabres lost again. What did you expect? I don't follow hockey, but Sabres have been some ass for a while. I think the last time the Sabres were good when Dominik Hašek was on the team, and I don't know hockey like that, and I know that. The last time the Sabres were nice, Dominik Hašek was your goalie. I'm just saying. So, and I think they lost to the Leafs, didn't they? Didn't they lose? Aren't they playing Toronto? Yeah, I think Toronto. They're playing Toronto, but Toronto's nice. So that's it, man. So yeah, man, this is it. If you guys appreciate the type of shit that we bring to the table, let us know. Hit us up. It's always nice to get some confirmation, reaffirm that we doing what you guys are liking. Like seeing, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of platforms that are out there. No shade, you know what I'm saying? We are number one. That's just what it is. And the others do what they do. But King Cow is right here. You guys got to come to us. Ryan Volkman, thanks for the donation. That's what we do. And if there's any ways that you guys want us to improve and you're like, shit, man, if Buffalo Fanatics did this, yo, y'all would be dope. Let us know. Shit. We're always open to listen. So, I mean, let us know, man. We'll see what's good. Yeah, man. I've been trying to get the fuck out of here for like a minute now, and I keep reading more questions. Big Norm says, good work, man. I enjoy watching your videos and listening to your comments, and your videos really are awesome. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, Big Norm. I appreciate that, big dog. Justin Thompson is one of the first on the live show and watched it till the end. My guy, that's love right there, man. Support. I like that, man. Yeah, after their win streak. Oh, you talking about the Sabres? Yeah, Sabres are no good, man. You know that. Yeah, they do, but they're my team. Yeah, kind of like the Bills. You know what I'm saying? We've been some ass for some time, but you know what I mean? That's still my squad. But the Sabres, though, ugh. Yeah, they've been some ass for a long time. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it real, man. Anyway, it's your boy. I can't yell too much because the kids are sleeping. So until next time, hopefully I can jump on live in the next couple of days again, and we keep it moving and keep it going. So my 3 before I get out of here, and it's going to alter in the next few days anyway, in the next week or maybe even tomorrow. First round, O-line. Second round, tight end and Noah Fant. If we can try to get Noah Fant in the second round, I'm okay with that. You feel me? And third round, we got to get that Paris Campbell. Man, I like Paris Campbell, but I got to look at more film. If I look at more film and I like what I see from the film, from what I saw from the combine, yo, I'm on board, man. That Paris Campbell, boy, I'm just saying, man. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all be. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I'm going to go and fire up the UFC because I know my man Tyrone Woodley is fighting today. That's my guy. And then we're gonna make it happen, man. So until next time, it's your boy, and I'm gone.